It's the book of Alpha Running Man, homie. Read it or weep. And this is one of the most beta things I see men doing, bro. This is absolutely crazy to me. You wanted the woman when she was in her prime, but she didn't want you. Now all of a sudden, she done hit the wall, and now she wants you. And you know what your beta self does? You let her come on in too. Now she done went and had 2 children by 2 men, or 3 children by 3 men, or 4 children by 8 men. And now she wants you now. Because all those men ain't options for her no more. They wouldn't accept her in this condition. But you will. Now you went and married her and brought in all this drama into your life from all these other men. And you think that's cool. You looking at it and you saying you finally got the woman you want. No, you didn't. She ain't the woman you wanted. She ain't the same woman no more. You wanted her when she was in her prime. You know what I'm saying? When she was right and tight and twice as nice, that's when you wanted her. When she was fine as wine and ready to shine and recline, that's when you wanted her. You ain't getting her like that. You getting her used and abused like Vogues without the truths, man. That's how you getting her now. But you take her anyway. And the crazy thing is you treat her like she's still the same. You treat her like she's still the same woman, bro. You treat her like she the prize. You want the children to like you. Because in your mind, they should have been your children anyway. I've talked to men who talk like this, man. You got to look at yourself, ask yourself, why are you being so damn illogical? Why are you living in a fantasy world? Man, you living in a fantasy world that ain't never even been a fantasy. How you gonna create the fantasy after the fact? It don't make no sense, bro. It don't make a bit of sense, man, for men to be out here doing this, man. Men sit out here, man, and they will literally take a woman back. Not even take her back. We ain't even got to taking a woman back yet. They will take a woman who didn't give them no play. I'm talking about, man, may have played them for a fool, man. Used them. And then when she ready to settle down, she ain't ready to settle down. She ain't got no option but to settle down. Women ain't never ready to settle down, man. A woman who can have a choice of men, man, because she young and spry and super fly. Hey, man, listen, she ain't gonna be ready to do no settling down, man. She gonna be forced to settle down. Her days of playing the game are gonna be over. She gonna realize she at the end of the bench. And after you be on the end of the bench, then you out the league. Once she out the league, then she wanna come back down. You ain't never seen a pro ball player go back down and play college ball when he done playing pro ball. Or even if he get booted out the league, if he only have 2 years in the league, you ain't never seen him back on the college campus. You lose your eligibility when you decide to go to the next level and play. And when a woman decides that your level ain't high enough, she want to go to the next level and play, you lose her eligibility to your level. You never let a woman diss you and then come back to you later. Ever. Because you know good and damn well she don't want you. When she had the chance to get you, she turned it down. Now she don't want you. She just glad somebody want her. That's why you have to keep yourself in the type of shape, the type of condition, the type of mental condition, the type of physical condition, the type of emotional condition, the type of spiritual condition, the type of financial condition, or type of financial position, rather, where you can have access, man, to the woman that you want. Or not, you're going to end up selling for that woman who didn't want you before. And guess what? She still don't want you now. You're going to marry her and you're going to be Mr. Mom. You still ain't going to be getting no sex, but you don't want sex from her. You past that point. You just happy to have her. You thanking God for her. You going to give this woman with all these children by all these men, been on all these carousel rides, and then you going to give her the biggest wedding, man. You going to give her the fairy tale. If you going to give a woman a fairy tale, you give a fairy tale to a princess. You understand? When a woman give up her right to be a princess, she don't get no fairy tale. Any woman that you wouldn't call princess, she shouldn't get no fairy tale. I'm talking about even the queen shouldn't get no fairy tale. Fairy tales for the princess, man. I ain't never heard of fairy tale queen. I heard of fairy tale princess. I ain't never heard of fairy tale queen ever. Another thing, man. Another thing that makes you absolutely beta is you let society or your parents or your homies or whoever press you into being with a woman that you didn't want. You let whoever press you in. I don't give a damn what happened. If you don't want a woman, let me tell you something. If you get a woman pregnant and you didn't want her, if it's an unwanted pregnancy, which I find that kind of hard to do if you're a grown man. If you don't strap up, then you want her the pregnancy. But we ain't gonna get into that. If you have a pregnancy, if you get a woman pregnant and you don't want that woman, you shouldn't be with that woman because you put a baby in her. You can't fix a problem by creating another problem. You don't fix a mistake by creating another mistake. Being with a woman you don't want is a mistake. You don't do that. But these guys will find a reason to be with a woman they don't want. Do you know how crazy you are, man, to be with a woman that you don't want? Do you know how crazy it is to be with a woman that you don't want? It don't matter why you plan to be with her. You cannot allow somebody to tell, you know how older people used to tell, man, you need to go and make an honest woman out of. You know, shotgun wedding, boy. I heard you done been with her. Y'all done been in there. You better come on down here and jump on this broom, then, that boy. You know, family feuds were started back in the day, man, because, you know, one family said, no, man, my boy ain't finna marry that girl, man. Yo, no, I don't like you. But when you allow anybody to tell you, like, there are men who are still going down the marriage route, man, because that's what their parents told them they supposed to do. Man, your parents got married 50 years ago. And your dad's still a chump. So how you gonna listen to him? And you sure shouldn't listen to no one. Never listen to a woman who controls her man tell you nothing, because all she can tell you the same thing she tell him. Things to make you weak. Things to empower herself or empower the women around. That's all she could do, man. You got to keep in mind, brothers, and this is the main thing we had to keep in mind. Women are selfish. If you spending more time building the woman than you building yourself, or building anyone. If you spending more time building anyone else than you spend building yourself, you beta. If you put more effort into somebody else's business, if you put more effort into somebody else's grind, if you put more effort into somebody else's growth, if you put more effort into somebody else's health, if you put more effort into somebody else's anything, in somebody else's life, in somebody else's healing, whatever you do, if you put more time and effort and energy into anyone else than yourself, bro, you beta. You beta. You know what I'm saying? You absolutely beta. Alpha is a very selfish thing. But it's selfish in a way that once you put yourself first, then you don't mind looking out for other people, taking care of other people, but you always put yourself first. That is what the transition into alpha is about. Developing the mindset, developing the insight, developing the personality, developing the spiritual relationship with the Most High, where you can put yourself first no matter what. Even if you got a wife, you put yourself first. Even if you got children, you put yourself first. You know what I'm saying? No matter what you have, you put yourself first. You put yourself first because you are your connection to God. You can't do it if you don't have a connection to the Most High, man. If you don't have a connection to God, you can't truly put yourself first. Because if you have a connection with God, you put yourself first. You have to. There has to be God and then you. That's why you can never put a woman above you, because there's God and then there's you. You put yourself first, because if you put anybody before you, then you put that person between you and God. That's how men end up losing their relationship with God, or losing their spiritual strength, or using their manhood and masculinity, because they put someone before them. When you put someone before you, God can't get to you no more. And if you put a woman before you, God sure can't get to you no more. And that's real talk.